I've read this book, oh God, like maybe 30 times.
Hey, my name is Laur. I am a content creator living in the greatest city in the world. And welcome to my YouTube channel. I'll take you all around New York City, and I'll record it all on my camera. Please enjoy today's video. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe.
Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, what up? My name is Laur and welcome to the fam. Please make sure you subscribe down below, comment down below if you're new. I would love to get to know you and meet you. I've definitely mentioned it here and there, but something that you may not know about me is that I absolutely love to read. So in this video, I'm gonna show you guys 10 books that I think everybody should read at least once, or at least look into, like read the Spark Notes or something. I think the information in all 10 of these books is so crucial to all different aspects of life. We have books that are like self-help books, self-development books, books about being like an influencer or a content creator. We have some fiction books, like we just have it all. We have all the genres, we have everything. I'm so excited to dive into this video with you guys. Also, I just wanted to say that every single book that I talk about in this video will be linked down below if you guys also would like to purchase it. So without further ado, here are my 10 favorite books. So book number 1 is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Guys, this book is insane. I believe that every single person on the planet should read this book at least once. I think I've read it like maybe 17 times. Like, I wish I was joking. I heard about this book a couple of years ago, and I don't really remember how I found out about it, but I read it a couple times because the information in it was so profound and so powerful, and I was like, whoa. Arlen actually like recommended that if we've read the book a couple times already, or even just once, reread it again, because every single time you read this book, there's new information that you're gonna find out. I don't know how or why it does that, but it's like scary good. Like, it's just so good. This has to be number 1. Although this list is not in any particular order, this just is the best book out of the 10. And I really recommend that you guys read it. When I was rereading it over the winter, I actually posted a bunch of quotes and like pages from it on a couple of my stories, and so many people like screenshot or sent or swiped up and were like, oh my God, what's this book? Or oh my God, I love this, like stuff like that. So I definitely recommend you guys read this book. It's essentially all about the power of being in the present, and it's so powerful, guys. So if you have the ability to get this, please check it out. So the next book on my list is The 80-20 Principle by Richard Koch. This book will make your life so much easier. Basically, this book will lead you to ask yourself, what 20% of the things in my life lead to 80% of my happiness? And then basically tells you to like eliminate everything else. The cool thing about this book, it's not just applied to like happiness and like self-development. It can be applied to literally anything. I do it with YouTube, I do it with my friends, like I do it with everything. It's so cool because it's so universal and just overall such a great read. The next book is called The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. Tim Ferriss is one of my favorite authors, and he has so many incredible books, but this book really stood out to me over the other ones that I've read by him, just because it really kind of like eliminates thoughts in your mind of like a normal life, if that kind of makes sense. This book will totally change your view on a 9-to-5 job, which it has for me, and it's made me realize that that might not be something that I want to pursue in my life anymore. And it really shows that financial security is so much easier to obtain in your life than you think, and it's also just like so much fun to obtain. I definitely recommend this book to anybody who is like a young entrepreneur or a content creator. Even I know a lot of my content creator friends have read this book, like Gabe and Brett. They love it. Arlen's read it. So many people in Maxi have read it. It's just seriously such a great book. It will change your life if you even have the slightest bit of idea of not wanting to work like a regular 9-to-5 job. So definitely recommend this book. The next book is called When by Daniel Pink. This is truly one of my favorite books on the list as well. It's all about the art of timing. And if you guys have seen my videos, you know that I'm super big on time management. That's probably like one of my like really strong sets. Like, I'm super great about managing my time, and like I'm very disciplined with my time, but honestly, I owe it all to this book. It explains to you like the actual scientific secrets behind timing and just behind perfect timing, and basically it will help you figure out what parts of the day work better for you. If you're someone that has a lot of trouble with time management skills, this is definitely the read for you, because you will have a clear-cut image in your head of when and how to structure your day. This book is such a great read, and I've learned from it that I am a morning person, and my body and my personality, my person, Laur, just works better in the morning, gets work done better in the morning, more efficiently, more adequately. It's just such a great read, guys. Seriously, I love this one. It's also like a New York Times bestseller. when Daniel Pink picked that up. So the next book I don't actually have with me because I lent it to a friend to read because I cannot stop talking about it. It's Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. And if you guys don't know who Chris Voss is, he is a former FBI hostage negotiator. He's so cool. I'm actually like connected with him on LinkedIn. I kind of just like did it randomly one day and I was like, oh, maybe he'll respond. And we like connected and he's so cool. Oh my God, like he has so many cool TED Talks that you guys can definitely watch. Like his book is incredible. Like Never Split the Difference is so good. The book basically explains like the 4-step process on how to win any negotiation and like never lose anything on your end. But basically Chris Voss will like draw you into the book with extreme intense stories, talks about his like past hostage negotiation stories, and he explains to the reader how he used these negotiation tactics in his hostage situations, which I think is so cool. And then he shows you like how to apply them to everyday life. So sick. Arlen recommended me the book and I am such an advocate for it. I love Chris Voss. His work is incredible. You guys should definitely check him out if you don't know who he is. So the next book is called Essentialism by Greg McKeown. This was actually a book that Sam recommended to me because I was like super stressed out at one point, which doesn't really like me anymore, but I was just going through a lot this past year and he recommended this book to read to me and seriously, it's totally changed my way of thinking. This book is really great if you're struggling with like information overload or you feel like your life is constantly in motion and nothing's happening or nothing's changing. But on the contrary to like when that's talking about time management, this is actually just like systematic discipline that you have to implement into your own life, which I think is super cool to read when and Essentialism like back to back. Really love this one. Definitely such a great read. It's really gonna show you and explain to you and like let you realize internally what is super essential to your own life. Now the next book is called Resisting Happiness and it's by Matthew Kelly. This was actually a book that I found on Pinterest because I found a page in it that was on Pinterest and I was like, oh my God, like this is so good. I need to find out what book this is. So I did some research and I found this book. So thank you, Pinterest. It's seriously probably the not hardest read, but the most like emotion-provoking read out of all the ones I'm gonna talk about, because this book explains to us how we literally sabotage ourselves from our own happiness without even knowing. It's all about helping the reader to choose happiness again. Super important. I think it is a great book for anyone that is dealing with anything. Made me cry so many times from reading it. I never thought I would like cry from a book and I really did. So definitely recommend this one as well. So the next book is called Catcher in the Rye and it's by none other than Mr. J.D. Salinger. Catcher in the Rye is actually a fiction book, but it is my all-time favorite book. I've read this book, oh God, like maybe 30 times. Like I wish I was kidding. So I first heard about this book in 10th grade English class, which I'm sure the rest of you have as well. And I read the book in a whole night, like literally started it in school, was reading it in school, finished it that night. This book has extremely affected me in so many ways. I cannot even put it into words. It is my favorite book, my all-time favorite book. It's about a boy named Holden Caulfield. It takes place in New York City, so obviously I love that as well. I think it's super cool because this book is a flat-out critique of the superficiality in society. So I just think it is so prominent in all aspects of life. So good. I actually had to get a new copy of this book because I read it so many times and I took it everywhere with me. It was like absolutely destroyed because I lent it to people as well. So this is like a newer copy of the book. I know it doesn't look like I read it 30 times, but I truly have. It's so incredible. I recommend, if you guys read it in 10th grade, give it another shot because a lot of people say that they didn't like it, but I feel like you never like the books that you read in English class just because like you read them in English class and you're forced to read them. But like this is something I'm so thankful I was forced to read because oh my God, it's just like my favorite book. Like I just love it so much. Definitely recommend it. So the next book is not really an essential to everyone, but anyone who is interested in like content creation or just social media in general. This is called Social Media Marketing of 2019. And just the cover of the book says Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter Advertising Guide for Influencers in 2019 through 2020. So that's why I don't have the 2020 book because it's like through the rest of this year. But this book contains the like absolute basics about social media. And you're probably like, okay, well, why do you need to read that if like you do social media, whatever. Personally, I think it is super important and crucial to know the foundation of what you want to do in life. And this was just the book that I picked up to help me figure that all out and build my foundation. So for anyone who watches this video in the future, not 2020, this book is actually updated yearly and they come out with like a new one every year. So you never can miss like what's up to date. I'm actually so interested to see the 2020-2021 version because of TikTok and just because of all the stuff that's going on in the world and just like how powerful social media actually is and has been. So like I'm so excited to buy the 2021, but I really think it's great to know the foundation of what you want to do, and this is what I want to do. So yeah. Oh, and this was written by Gary Clark. Sorry, I like didn't say that before. And the last book also has to do with social media, but this book is called Influencer, and it's by Brittany Hennessy. This book is a literal step-by-step guide on how to build a personal brand. I recommend anybody who's watching this that's a content creator, influencer, aspiring influencer, whatever, read this book. It is so informative and so informational. I have learned so much from this book. I've read it a couple times now just because I feel like I'm learning new information every single time I read it, but it's insane how much information is in this book. It's like not the smallest book, but it's also not the thickest book ever, but like it's just like packed with information. Like look at that font size, packed with information. You need to read this if you are an influencer. I could not recommend it more. It's incredible. So good. This book is so worth it. This video was highly requested and I've been planning to make it for a couple months now and I just really never got around to it, but I wanted to film it now because someone just commented on my last video and I was like, all right, let's do it. These are my favorite books. I really hope you guys enjoy. I understand that reading is not for everyone, but I challenge you to read at least one book for the remainder of the year because reading has been such a, like, I don't even know, it's just been such a calming thing for me. It's something I can just like escape like right before bed, whether that be like a self-development book or a fiction book or I don't even know. It's just like, it's helped me so much over the last couple of months and honestly over the last couple of years. I've always liked to read, so I definitely recommend that you guys try to challenge your brain, get off your phone for a couple minutes and just read a book, like read anything. Like I said, everything in this video will be linked down below if you want to purchase it. I definitely recommend trying these books out. Every single book that I mentioned is incredible, whichever one you end up reading. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a like, comment down below. If you don't want to, I don't really care, and I will see you guys in next week's video. Bye! Baby, this is simple.